guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lindy, aka Paleobarbie, and today we're doing a green chili chicken casserole. I'm doing it the non-dairy way, but you can easily do it with dairy to make it however you would like. But have your favorite keto biscuit topping ready, or favorite drop biscuit recipe ready to go with it for the topping. And if hatch chilies are not in season, you can always use any kind of green chilies. This recipe is not typed up yet, but it will be soon, and it is going to be in the cookbook, so be looking for that. And let's get started. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. All right, so the first thing you want to do is boil your chicken, and then have it come to a boil. Put the lid on it, turn it down, and let it cook for several hours. You'll have some good broth, but you're also going to be using the chicken meat. We're going to pick it off the bone to use for this recipe. If you don't want to do this, then get yourself a rotisserie chicken and pick it off. Pick the meat off of that, or you can, sometimes grocery stores are now selling the rotisserie, the chicken that's already picked off the bone for you. So you can do that. So, or use leftover chicken that you already have that you've cooked. But right now I'm going to get this to a boil so it can cook. Alright, for this recipe I am roasting some hatch peppers in the oven. I've had them in there about 30 minutes at 250. Now I'm going to flip them over and stick them back in some more, just to get the other side a little bit. You can also do this on your grill, or you can put them under the broiler if you want. I'm going to use them in a recipe, so I don't care if they're char grilled or whatever. I just want them cooked and a nice flavor. So I'm going to flip these and stick them back in until the other side's cooked. Alright, peppers are done. I'm just going to let them cool till I need them later. And chicken is cooked. Alright, so now that they're cooled off, I'm taking the, cut off the top, the stem, and I'm chopping them. Some of them I'm going to put in the blender so they don't really need to be chopped. But, and you can de-seed them if you want them to be less, have less heat. And then I'm just going to chop them up into small pieces. So I'm going to get this done, and I'll save a couple of them I'm going to use for the sauce that goes on top. So I don't need to chop them because I'm going to stick them in the blender, but I'll chop about half of them. Alright, so while we're letting the chicken cool for the sauce, we're going to take these peppers here and some other ingredients and add them to the blender. So we're going to go ahead and take these peppers, throw them in there. I'm going to do some garlic. We're going to put about a teaspoon of smoked salt and a teaspoon of onion powder. We're also going to start off with a half a cup of the broth from our chicken, and we're going to put all that in there and blend it together. Oh, yeah, and pepper. And that is it. We're just going to let that sit there until we get ready to use it. Alright, now we just need to pick all the meat out and away from the bones. Alright, so this got about 2 big jars of broth that I'll be able to use for other recipes. I'm going to freeze one and put one in the refrigerator. Alright, for the chicken mixture, we are going to add a container of the Kite Hill dairy-free ricotta. Or if you are doing dairy, you can do cream cheese. We're going to put our chopped hatch peppers, and you can use canned green chilies if you don't want to do this whole roasty thing, but I like to have hatch peppers this time of year. And you're going to do a 1/4 cup of dairy-free sour cream, or regular sour cream if you are doing dairy. And I'm going to put 1 egg in here. So let me put the other things in here, and then we'll get it stirred up. Alright, we got all this in here. We're also going to add to this about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of cumin, some black pepper, some pink salt, garlic powder, and onion powder. We're going to add that into the mix, and then we'll get this all mixed together. Alright, everything is in. Time to mix it up. Alright, I've got it good and mixed together. Now we're just going to put it in the bottom of this casserole dish. Spread it nice and evenly. Alright, that is all spread out. And now we're going to make the drop biscuits to put on top, and then we'll top it with the sauce that we made earlier in the blender. Alright, so we've got these just randomly dropped all over the casserole. And now I'm going to pour the salsa sauce all over the top of it. And we're going to stick it in a 350 degree preheated oven for about 30 minutes. Alright, so now we're just going to pour our sauce on top all over. Now, if you're doing dairy, you could put some pepper jack cheese or just some cheddar cheese or something like that on here if you wanted to just zhuzh it up even more. But I'm trying, like I have told y'all, to be dairy free this month, so that's another thing, optional thing you can add to the recipe. So I'm going to stick this in the oven for at least 30 minutes. Alright guys, it's out of the oven. It was exactly 30 minutes and the biscuits are cooked. It's perfectly cooked and I can't wait to eat it, and I am starving, so I am just gonna gobble this up.